I think this is honestly the best you've looked in a long time. And I've always been a fan of your look.
Thanks.
Ever since, back in the college days before I didn't really know
People
you.
don't realize that we know each other from back then. You know that?
I probably was intimidated by you. And now
Yeah.
I'm just like, Jen, get her out of my face.
Well, the feeling's mutual.
Yeah. Too loud? Okay. No, I mean, you don't mean that. Take it back.
Nope.
Do you remember?
Nope. Listen, Lenoci, I don't even know if we're fucking already started or not.
Yeah, we started.
I was warned about coming on this podcast.
Oh, yeah? Who warned you?
People said, are you sure you want to do that?
Who said this?
Everybody.
What? Females, you mean? Comics.
No, females and
what
males.
Male comic would say that?
Everyone.
Why? Because you're
was
going to
like,
get berated?
Jen, do you know what he's going to do to you when you get there? And I was like, it's Lenoci.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to give it right back to him.
Yeah,
Because
but
people don't realize that we know each other from back then. And I'm like, do you want to go there?
Also,
Mike, do you want to go there?
Also, I don't necessarily give it. It just depends what the dynamic is. But right now we're gonna have it because now you're comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Like some of the other girls I don't know that well, so then I pretend it's like a first date.
Oh.
Yeah. So
this
like
isn't the first date. This is
this is our 7th date where we're like, okay.
This is like when people from high school run into each other and you're like, should we this
Should we?
time? No, we shouldn't. We still shouldn't.
We should
No.
one time. I think we should have.
No.
We should have.
Mike.
We should have.
Absolutely
Even
not.
if we did now, it'd be probably weird because it would be awkward. It'd be very awkward. We'd be looking at each other and be like, why did we do this? Because we're both on the spectrum probably a little bit. A little bit. It would be like quietly
I'm
just
glad
sitting
you're coming
on
to terms with it, honestly.
just sitting on the bed looking at each other. I feel like you don't even know how to kiss anymore.
I'm still good at all that, but you wouldn't know, and I'm glad that you don't have that kind of information on me. It's interesting though because like when we reconnected out here and became better friends out here, it's because we were doing acting classes together.
And
remember?
and you were attracted to me.
No, it's not how that happened at all. Actually, it was. We always got paired with each other to play like sitcom husband and wife.
Yeah, we're destined to be together.
No, it's because we really
Big Florida energy.
Big Florida energy.
She's got Tampa energy. I'm Fort Lauderdale. Way different energy though.
You know what it is?
Tampa girls are just a little stuck up.
It's more that
Sarasota or whatever.
they trusted that I could put him in his place. Because like in sitcom, it's like all about like that power dynamic between like there's the
men and women.
Yeah, it's either going to be like the over dominating wife and like the like lovable doofy husband, and that's the dynamic they were going
she's
for.
Overbearing, yeah, and that's her.
It's not. I'm just way smarter than you.
That's not.
I'm not going to debate that.
Yeah, no, but that's not. Most people are. Most people are. Well, and then.
But that's the thing is I feel like in acting class, like we got to see like a different side of Lenoci because you were like, I don't know.
You got to know me.
No, you give big Tom Hanks energy when you're in an acting class. Like you actually are a very likable person. And then when you're out in the wilds, you're just an absolute menace to society.
Yeah.
Mark's just nodding his head being like, these are facts.
Yeah, I'm not controlled.
Checks out.
Wait, but yeah, one-on-one I can be sweet. Like I would actually be someone that would be compatible for you probably.
That's what gaslighters say.
Yeah, I get called that.
No.
I get called that. Wait, you don't.
So the object of this show is for girls to come on.
No.
And you are like first dating with them? Is that what it is?
It's all different with different people. It depends on my relationship with them. But like there's a segment later on in the show I told you about where we like, am I overreacting? We go into those stories. But yes, I mean, essentially it could be a date to be like, hey, do we keep doing this? Do we do it a couple more times? Do we keep you in the rotation? Not a sexual rotation, but a rotation, like, right. Brandy's going to be in the rotation. It was very good. Maybe Lori Douglas, that's going to be in the rotation. It depends if the dynamic works.
I just love that your podcast is working much like your dating life, that no one can tolerate you to be be your starter.
Yeah. Dana, after 16 episodes, Dana was like, I got to go. Wow. Mentally, she couldn't handle it because I was too much for her. Our dynamic, I thought, was great. But
is that what really happened, Mark?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We even had a therapist on.
Yeah, it's funny.
Like if you haven't, go back and watch it. It's a spectacular episode. I'm gonna submit it. Like
I just don't know if I need that level of mental illness in my. I'm at the point in my life where
it's a different dynamic.
He read them both.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I broke both of them.
You broke both of them?
Yeah.
You broke a licensed professional
How about this?
therapist?
If we both hit 45, let's get married.
I already have that deal with somebody. Do you?
Yeah.
I'm dead serious.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I had it with Dana, but that's 50. That's why I came down to 45, so I don't have to end up with her.
That's messed up.
No, I mean, and then I think there's another girl in Miami.
I think a lot of people
Who do you have it with?
A buddy of mine from back home.
He's not going to make you happy. At least I can understand you a little bit.
How can you understand me? I don't
Because
think you
we're in this
understand
world-
yourself.
I understand myself very much well. You're gaslighting me, Jen. Jen, you're gaslighting me, and you're doing it. You know what? You're closed off right now because you secretly could like me, and you don't want to admit it on camera. You could see yourself with me. We could be compatible. Don't
Mike
you dare.
is every dude in my DMs that's like, hey, you're pretty. Hey, fuck you. Here's my dick. Like, that's literally.
Well, you're still getting some dick pics.
Yeah, dude. I don't. It's so messed
That's
up.
awesome.
It's
It's
not.
kind of funny though.
No,
Well, I mean, it's because they're probably mocking because of everything.
because of
I mean,
it.
it's not. It's messed up, sure, but it's like I'm finding the humor in it.
I mean, you have to find the humor in it. But the fact of the matter is, like, I have not heard an original dick joke since 2010. Like, I think you guys ran through the whole gamut of them, and now,
Would you
like, we're just out of material.
You could argue that you've seen all the dick jokes.
I've seen all the dick jokes.
Really?
Yeah. But yeah,
Do you want to get married again?
No. I know what? Not to you. But
To say no right away, you don't know what the future holds.
But I've thought about that, whether or not I would get married again. Because I got divorced in God bless you. I got divorced. God bless you.
Thank you.
Jesus.
I just want to hear you talk to me like that.
It's the nicest thing I'll say to you.
They always have walls up with me. You know, I'm just trying to get to know them and be.
But Michael,
What?
We've established that you have walls up all the time.
I don't have walls up, Mark.
His walls are comedy and jokes.
1,000%. And
Okay,
it's
but
funny
I'm
because
willing to be
that's
open.
why the last two ladies,
last one.
last three ladies,
Oh no,
last three ladies were like, "Oh, you're not a serious person.
wow.
I could be
I
serious.
couldn't date you because you're not a serious person."
I'm
Wow,
serious with
now
people
we're
I'm
getting
dating,
to it.
but I'm serious with people I'm dating. I can be serious.
See-
Watch, I'll be serious with Jen right now because I feel a little bit more comfortable because there's some comfortability.
See, there's a dynamic here, and I like that Mark is like a unbiased witness to your behavior because I feel like men need other men in their life to hold them accountable and be like, "Hey, bro, this isn't going to work out for you. Like, at what point are you going to grow up and like be vulnerable enough to let a woman in your life and like actually love you?"
Yeah,
No,
Mark's stupid.
He will be vulnerable.
Yes,
Like the
thank you.
breakup with Dana made him cry.
No,
I saw it.
you have so many weird meta relationships in comedy that it's fast.
What's that mean?
Meta, it's like, it's kind of like what Nicolas Cage does, where you're like, is this really a thing or is this for the bit? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that part was for the bit, but like, that's for the bit. But I can be. I get vulnerable with all the girls I've dated.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But what happens in the end?
Well,
Do you get to a certain spot
we
in the
grew apart?
relationship?
No.
Mm,
me and Haley grew apart. The one we dated at the
but
pandemic.
is it more because they're trying to advance the relationship and you go, oh, I don't like this?
We had a lot. No. And then in the last 2 years I've been single, but I've had like 2 month, 3 month things because that's when you get to know someone and you go, oh, we're not compatible.
That's fair.
I haven't got past the 3 month thing because of like, oh, I haven't found the person. Am I maybe addicted to dating? Maybe. Do I have a problem?
No, we can establish that
maybe
you are
maybe I
addicted
should
to
go
dating.
to
Why are you addicted to dating? Is the worst
think, like,
part,
that-
dude.
I
Dating
like
is a
it.
waste of your time.
I thoroughly enjoy it.
You know how much further along in your career you would be if
Yeah.
you either A, dated no one, or B, got married and settled down and you could focus solely on your career?
100%.
But you know what?
Would
If you
I
think
be
about
happy?
What he likes is the chase. Like he loves the dating apps. Oh, you're getting angry, and it's fine.
Chase your career then, dude.
No.
I
He
do
loves
both.
because the messaging, the early messaging,
Yeah, that's
is
gross.
crowd work.
Yeah.
It's crowd work.
How's everybody doing tonight?
No.
Where are you from? Oh, Seattle.
I'll go to a meeting or something. I'll go to like a
Have you ever
dating
been to a meeting?
No.
You never been to like SLAA or anything
What
like
is that called? What's that one? I think.
Sex Love Addicts
I'll
Anonymous.
go to one of those.
So
Where do I go?
I don't know, but I definitely have a link saved because I dated a guy not that long ago that I caught doing some shady stuff. A guy who had, case in point, pursued me so hard for like
years,
almost a year. And like he had a crush on me for way longer than that. But pursued me hard, told everybody like I'm so in love with her, she's the one, etc. And then within 2 or 3 weeks of me being like, I'm going to give this guy a legitimate chance, and I caught him messaging another woman from my bed.
How?
That's the first question every dude asks. And it's
that's why
and you're
I
like,
did.
Oh my God, how did it happen? And it's not because you guys care about how it happened. You just want to be like, hey, I got to put this in my Rolodex of ways. And listen,
I know,
here's the thing, Mike.
Yeah.
I've caught multiple dudes this way. So I am not going to release that information to men. But ladies, if there is a female viewer out there that wants this information, I'm happy to let you know.
There's more female viewers.
A lot of female viewers because they love to hate him.
Yeah?
No.
Those are my women. Those are my people.
Can
nice to meet you guys.
Time out for a second. I'm not going to, he's wrong about that because I'm the one who gets the messages. More female viewers because they want to see the insight of a guy's perspective on dating.
That's fair.
That's why.
But not just a guy.
Well, but they
the kind of guys that they're running
But that's
into.
why more men want more guy podcast silly stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know, bad friends, stuff like that. But like this is more of an like an inside the mind of like our dynamic. Like girls they love it. It's like a reality show. So girls love that type of stuff.
So back to when I caught that guy messaging the other girl, I literally I can't tell you. No, I'm not at all. I walked downstairs like an absolute cold psychopath, and I said, "You need to get out of my home."
Oh, he was in your home.
Yeah, I go, "You need to get out of my home," and I said, "There is something." I go, "I would ask what's wrong with you," and I said, "But I'm going to tell you what's wrong with you." And I was like, "The fact that you worked so hard to get here and to make this a thing." To just then throw it down. I go, you will never be satisfied with a single woman because there's something in you that needs constant validation. And I was like, and you need to figure out what that is. And I was like, you need to go to Sex Loves Addicts Anonymous.
Yeah.
And he went to a couple of meetings. And from what I understand, he couldn't even though they were virtual, he couldn't even stand to be on camera because he was so concerned about people knowing who he was and that this is something that was wrong with him.
Oh,
and I'm
was
like,
he in the entertainment industry?
Yeah.
Actor?
No.
Musician?
No.
Comedian?
I'm not doing this with you. It's not Guess Who. You know what I mean? Like,
well, why not? We're here.
Mike's just flipping down and says, like, am I friends with them? No.
Okay.
But for real.
Is it Mark Hayes?
No.
You don't think I would know if my best friend?
Yeah, but
at Jen's house? I would beat him up.
But I think what it comes down to is the men that I've had healthier interactions with that are better to women are ones that have other men in their life that hold them accountable, that have like men's groups and like things like that, you know, where it's like dudes who are like solid dudes who are fucking married or not even just married, but like have done the work and the introspection on themselves to like confront their own BS. You know what I mean?
Jen's been burnt so many times. She's over this.
I just don't have time for fools, dude. I don't have time.
Look, and I think she supports the Mexicans. She's like, I don't have time for dudes, Holmes. I don't have time for that.
But I don't have time for.
So you're not dating?
Time for fools.
Fools.
I didn't say that. But
when's your last date?
The other day.
But nothing serious then.
You don't know.
So, but like I could take. What if I was like, hey, I honestly am ready to grow up and I want to take you on a date. You're just gonna laugh in my face. You're just doing that because there's cameras.
No, I just think it's hilarious.
We would be compatible.
Probably. I think it's honestly the funniest thing you've ever said.
We would be compatible.
How are we compatible? What do you know about me that makes you think we're compatible?
We both like sports.
It's a fallacy. Keep going.
What's a fallacy?
So fallacy is like, that's not true. Here's the thing.
Just say that's not true.
Because I like confusing people with small brains.
All right, fine. We like sports. All right.
So here's the thing.
Both went to FSU.
I enjoy sports, but I don't love sports anymore.
Are you a
sports
Bucks fan?
Aren't my personality. Yeah, of course.
Because I'm a big Dolphins fan. We play each other.
Yeah, I know. But I was raised a Dolphins fan.
We should go to the game.
My dad actually really got upset when I went to go work for the Jets because he was like, I can't believe you're going to go work for them.
I would be like, that's disgusting.
Yeah. He's like, disgusting. How dare you?
But my good friend Eddie works for the Jets too. Maybe when you were there, my Eddie Lanza, he works for the Jets too.
I don't know him. It's probably better that I don't know him.
Sagep at FSU. He's a FSU guy. Wait, so all right. But like, let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
There's something about a Florida DNA. They just kind of get each other. Florida people get each other. They do a little bit.
I don't want to get Florida people.
Angle it that way. Like, there's something in our DNA. It sounds inbred.
Yeah, it's because we're all related. No, I'm joking.
Let me get all right. How about this? You like Italian food?
No.
Oh, it's weird.
I'm allergic to tomatoes.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay,
I thought you knew so much about me, dude.
Well, I'm learning. This is why we're here.
I'm on the Tom Brady diet. I can't have any nightshades. So yeah.
What's nightshades?
Jesus Christ! I feel like this is just I feel like Miss Rachel. I feel like I'm teaching a toddler.
Yeah.
So nightshades are eggplants, tomatoes, potatoes, basically any vegetable with a little hat.
Oh yeah, that's an easy diet.
You don't even fucking know what I'm talking about.
Wait, so
like, sushi? Yeah, I know those.
Sushi?
Sushi, yes, yeah.
You ever been to a sushi spot on the west side?
Which one? The fucking place they used to sell keys? Like
no, wait.
The kiosk?
Do you drink? You don't drink anymore.
No, I don't drink. I haven't drank in a while.
You don't do anything?
No.
So how do we like laugh and stuff?
It actually, I think being sober helps me not choose men like you. And not fall for their charms.
Man, just the 3 in a row with walls up, not letting me in.
It's not walls. It's
just smart decisions.
Yeah. It's called being clear-minded.
Okay.
It's honestly, it's been the greatest thing for me is.
I feel like we would fit well together if we cuddled. Would you ever let me be the small spoon? I could be small spoon sometimes.
I think men that need to be the small spoon need to be in therapy.
That's weird. It's just it's someone who like one of my love languages is touching, so I like you like scratch my back and stuff.
No, see, I think there's some stuff going on here with your mom. I would be what's your relationship like? Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
But I like to do that before she died.
What?
Yeah, I like to do both.
What was your relationship like with your mom?
Very good. We're close.
Yeah, but like how close?
Like as close as you would be normally. I don't know.
Why do you say normally?
Like, I don't know, like a normal relationship. I lived out here for 15 years.
What was your mom like when you were in relationship? Like, how did she treat the women that you were in relationship with?
My mom was the sweetest person in the world.
Yeah.
I have a very good upbringing. I don't have any trauma.
Dude? Well, then how did you become this way?
I've always been immature. All my trauma is like in the last 5 years. I don't have like, I had a great upbringing.
That's interesting.
I just was always like, I didn't care for school because it was like not fun. So I always had imagination. I was always playing. I mean, ever since you could do comedy, I was doing it like 10 years old.
Yeah, you were doing it when we were in college, right?
Yeah, I was doing I had like a Tom Green show when I was like 12, like in my neighborhood, and I would show it to all the neighbors.
Wait, what was the name of it again?
The White Boy Show.
Yeah.
And my parents would get so embarrassed because I would show the whole neighborhood the tapes, and they'd be like, "What are you doing?" Because I'd be like doing prank stuff. So I don't have like any issues like that. I'm more about like I'm passionate. I like to cuddle, and I'm a lover, and that could be considered love bombing because I do that quickly with women.
Yeah.
And then it sends signals that I want to like settle down quickly. But I just like on a first date, even if we went home, I'll like cuddle you on the couch, and people are like, "Whoa," and I'm like, "Yeah."
No, but you're the type of guy that I would not even let back to my place the first date.
And I would respect that, but the second time,
nope, still
third.
Not. No.
I'll wait 5 times. What do I have to wait?
You would not know what the inside of my apartment looked like for at least a solid month. But again, this is a crazy hypothetical.
You know what? I'm going to be gone for a month, so I could wait.
I
think you're thinking about it.
No, not at all. I'm honestly just thinking about all the poor women that have fallen for this, because
this is horrible that you would say that. Well, okay, if you had a friend that was like, "Oh, who's this guy? He's attractive." Would you hook me up with a friend?
Acting class Mike? Yes.
That is me.
This Mike?
That's progress.
Absolutely
from
not.
Yesterday.
What?
Wait. Well, she had so many. She wasn't letting. She wasn't. It took a half an episode last episode to get her to kind of let's play. But I don't want to talk about.
Why are you talking about your exes in front of me?
Yeah.
Why are you bringing up old shit,
well,
man?
we didn't have boundaries, so now we're setting
I'm
them.
joking, because
so
I
now...
mean, I'm talking to you about but when you asked me though if I would get married again, I've thought about that a lot, and I think one of the things people don't realize is the week of my wedding, I tried to call it off.
You should have.
And yeah, because there were so many great options.
I'm kidding.
But the week of my wedding, I tried to call it off, and my dad said, "Don't. He's the only one that can put up with your bullshit."
Oh boy.
Which is a crazy thing to say to your daughter.
Yeah.
Because my dad's always been like, you're just very emotional and you're very difficult.
Oh, that's all women.
And yes, but when you're like the oldest of two girls, you kind of become like the default boy, like the tomboy.
Yeah.
And so I think my parents really struggled to like deal with a kid that had big feelings and big emotions and was, again, a little neurodivergent. You know what I mean?
You have two sisters?
No, just one.
Oh, how old is she?
She's
single?
No.
Damn.
She's got 3 kids under 3, dude.
Oh. She's back in Florida?
Yeah.
Do you like being an aunt?
I do.
Do you want to be do you want kids?
You know, again, thought about this literally last night where I was like, I get reminded once a month by a part of my body that chapter of my life is probably over.
Well, let's just travel. We could be a fun couple. We travel.
No, but listen, here's the thing. And this is what you should be considering too, because you're getting to the age now. Well, who am I kidding? You're probably dating like 28-year-olds, but at some point,
to date
like
a 42-year-old.
Mike, did you just fucking age me up by over we're the same age, you idiot.
Well, I'm 41 in 2 weeks.
Same.
Nice. So we that's compatible.
But I thought about this and I was like, man, I'm like, I get reminded once a month that chapter of my life is coming to a close. And I spent so much of my time in my 30s and my 20s, but mostly my 30s.
Looking hot.
Well, thanks. But more so taking care of men that weren't ready to be fathers, that I lost my opportunity to have that experience, you know? And so that's been the thing that I've really been like coming to grips with. I don't think you should look at it like that.
I think you're just like, it wasn't meant to be and it's fine.
No,
don't blame your past, right?
I don't blame my past, but I regret fighting for stuff so hard when the other person wasn't willing to do the work on themselves to like meet me there. You know what I mean?
It's always their fault.
It's not their fault.
I know.
It's not always their fault. Some of it is definitely their fault. But I think people deal with divorce differently. And I spent a lot of the time in the last 2 years like figuring out what my side of the street was.
Has it been 2 years since your divorce?
It'll be 2 years in 9/11.
Wow. That's crazy. That's a good time to celebrate. Yeah, you'll never forget.
You'll never forget.
You seem happier. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
I am. I think I'm not, I wouldn't say happier. I'm at peace.
Do you want to hold hands and see what it feels like?
Absolutely not. You look like you have sweaty hands.
No, I don't. Not at all.
You look like you have sweaty hands, but no calluses, because I don't think you work out.
I lightly work out.
That's not a workout.
I used to work out back in the day.
No. Linochi, I feel like you're the type of dude that if he took his clothes off, no, it would probably be like a piece of veal. Like an animal that's been locked in a small closet in the dark.
You think I'm skinny? I got like a little dad
skinny
bod.
Fat.
Yeah, like in college I used to be into the working out, did the steroids and stuff. And now I lightly work out and I work on my diet because I'm too old and my back hurts. Like I can't like do things that are heavy. But yeah, I have soft hands. Feel them. Give me a feel. Give me a feel.
No.
Well,
I'm not a big I'm not a big personal.
You're not touch.
I'm not a physical touch.
Wow. So your love languages are
what are my love languages, Mike?
Quality time. Am I right?
And
words of affirmation.
I don't give a shit if somebody says words of affirmation do not work on women for the most part. That's a man
that
thing.
Is so listen, a lot from what our experience, women, Dana needs that. Like a lot of people need that.
I don't need words of affirmation.
You don't. I think that's rare. Women consistently, even the ones I dated, like they need to be reminded. When I used to always argue, I'm like, I'm dating you. Of course I think you're beautiful. They still want to hear that they're beautiful. Listen, nothing is true for everyone. It's all perspective, but yours is.
I'm
quality
time and
not touching or words of affirmation.
No, it's
acts of service.
Yeah,
for you.
Acts of service. I want someone that's an equal, that's a partner.
I'll take you to the mall after this.
Jesus Christ, we're not in high school, dude.
Yeah, I know.
That's the thing. Is like I feel like dating you would be like dating a dude that's stuck perpetually in like.
Oh, it sounds fun to me.
17-year-old, you know what I mean? Like
sounds fun.
Here's the thing.
You want to go get pancakes after this?
Women who have their stuff together, they don't want to deal with just guys who are fun. They want people who are bringing more to the table. Like fun is just an aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like I've met men out there who can be fun, but like also be good providers and be good partners.
I can provide something for you.
What can you provide?
No, sorry.
I don't even know if you could do that, but okay.
Damn, dude, she ain't letting me in. What do you mean what I could provide? I could provide
and I'm sorry for all the viewers that are just getting to know me. Like I said, Mike and I go way back, and I was literally warned over and over and over again, Jen, don't do this podcast. And here's the thing. I adore.
It's weird that they all do it though.
I adore exactly, because we are gluttons for punishment. But the fact of the matter is, Mike, we all like you.
Yeah.
None of us want to date you.
Weird how many of you have.
I am not one of those people.
But let's change that.
I'm good.
Jen, I think you're not being open-minded, to be honest. I think that you got to look at your options out there, and you got to look at like, all right, I'm handsome enough. Yeah, maybe I'm not a stud. Maybe I'm not, hey, I can move boulders and I'm 6'5".
I don't even
strong.
think you can move a box over 50 pounds.
Why would I hurt my back? Yeah, why would I do that?
Again, acts of service. You can't provide them.
I could provide acts of service.
Can you change the oil on my car?
100%, but I don't have to anymore because we're in the future. But yes, I
honestly think that's like one of the hottest things, though.
I can do car stuff. Yeah, I grew up doing car stuff. Changing a tire in under 10 minutes. Literally, if we're on the highway, I could do it in under 10 minutes. I'm really good at it. I remember I call AAA so fast.
No,
one time I had my buddy Anthony with me. He's 27 now, and we're on the road, and I had a car and it got a flat. It was raining. We're on the highway, very dangerous. I got out, changed the tire, and got back in. He goes, oh man, if that was me, I wouldn't have not known what to do, because it's just a different generation. They've never had to change
Anthony,
tire.
But that doesn't surprise me.
He was so impressed, and I was like, yeah, man, I was born in the 80s. So there you go, Jen. If you were stuck on the side of the road, I would be there. If it was in LA, within an hour, but if it was in the suburbs, within 5 minutes, and I would change your tire for you.
No one gets a flat in the suburbs.
Maybe there was construction and a nail got in there, or an X or something. Slashed your tire. Wait, okay, so then what do you value in a guy that you're looking for right now?
I value character. I think is like one of the biggest things I value.
I can do characters. Hi, everyone.
All right, that's very Dana Moon.
Yeah, you're right.
What?
I was just, you know what it is?
Man,
it's so
she's
early.
going to be the one that got away, dude. I think you're going to really, because I saw that pairing and I was like, oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
We tried dating like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
We're just friends. It was always but it was a fun dynamic. We had a fun dynamic, but I guess it's fine.
The best part, is like at certain parts during the old episodes, like he would have very soft eyes for her and she would have very soft eyes for him. But then again,
yeah, there's parts of her that she's a sweet girl, and I think
Dana's always been
she would be
person.
a good. I think there's compatibility for sure with her. Like, all right, in the 7 dates we've had, including Dana, she would be very compatible, and then Lori, we would be compatible too. But Lori's got that Dallas, like they want a rich man, like you know how that Dallas energy is. But Jen, reluctantly, she doesn't want to admit it, and she might not want to, but I think if I wasn't a comedian and I had a 9-to-5 job, our personalities would be maybe compatible. And you could say no and disagree, and that's fine.
No, because see, I've dated dudes like you. I've dated the guy that's like the fun banter guy, and they're a blast for like 2 months, and then you're like, I'm done with this. Because not everything
You're
needs to
mean.
be
You're
a back and forth. I'm not mean.
You're a mean person.
I'm a good person. I'm not a nice person.
Yeah, you are not a nice person.
I don't care. Women are allowed to not be nice anymore. I hate to break that to you.
Whoa, you are ahead of your time.
Yeah, I've always been ahead of my time, dude.
Not really.
Yeah, I have.
You've been ahead of your time?
Yeah, I've always
You're
like
the Rosa Parks of women?
Jesus Christ. I'm not getting canceled on this show.
No, you can't get canceled.
I know, you're
It's
still
all
here.
jokes. It's all
I was
jokes.
gonna say he's literally living proof.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is I've dated dudes that are like the fun banter guy, and those dates are fun. Just like you said, those dates are fun.
Yeah.
They go absolutely nowhere,
go to
and
the
then I've
theme
wasted
park?
even more time. Nope.
You don't want to go to Disney?
I love Disney, but I can take myself to Disney.
Okay. Then you will take yourself there and I'll take myself there and then we'll go as friends. We can't even go as friends?
No, dude. Man, it's really interesting watching you work all these different angles. It's
I'm
like
trying.
it's like sitting across from a used car salesman,
Yeah.
but you're just peddling old dick that no one wants anymore.
Oh, wow. Someone
That
will.
was strictly for Mark.
You're good. Well, that's going to be in the clip. That's a
That's
good one.
fine.
As long as, like, all of it is going to just me be getting blocked and blocked and blocked.
It's just gonna be you standing outside the dick dealership, like, come on down, like, waving your arms around.
Well, I got to keep trying, you know. We'll see.
I respect you're very good at the hitting different angles of persuasion, but the thing is when you run against somebody that
Seen
has
it all.
has seen it all literally and done the work on themselves, like they're just really clear in what they want, and that's the thing is like,
What do you want? What is it you
this
want?
interview
The Notebook.
to end.
Wait, hey, is that real? Because that just kind of hurt my feelings.
No.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yes, it's a joke.
See? So now you're having fun.
I'm not having fun.
Oh, you're smiling.
I'm entertaining Mark, and I hope that the people at home don't hate me because they just understand I'm putting up with your BS.
They don't.
Is
They're
this
not
how
gonna
all
hate
the
you.
interviews go?
No, everything's different.
No.
It's fine. You're
Because
doing
here's
fine.
the thing. No, but here's the thing is, like I said, I adore you as a person and as a friend. And I think that you're a relatively good guy, especially given in this town. But I've seen your archetype plenty of times. Like, you're not special. You know what I mean? Like, you're a funny dude, but like, what are you offering?
Love.
Yeah, no, there's got to be more than that.
Well, and
Do you know what love is?
Yeah,
What is it?
like a box of chocolates.
I'm going to send you a test after this show, Linochi. I think.
Well, you are not the first person to send me a test.
Most of them are probably pregnancy and STD. I'm talking about for autism.
Funny. No, I've got sent the autism ones. Funny. Well,
what is love to you?
It's a good song.
Nope. What is love?
A partner.
Hey, no bullshit. What is love to Mike Linochi?
When you can't stop thinking about the person. And
Nope, that's lust. What's love?
Well, I didn't even get to finish my answer.
Doesn't matter.
Well,
What's
can't
love?
love has one definition? Are we talking about the definition in a book?
No, what's love?
All right, so my definition of love. You're asking my definition of love?
Mm-hmm.
So then you can't say no when I start answering.
I'm just telling you it's not healthy. Go ahead.
Then you give me the answer. If you know what love is and you have a certain definition, I'll be real. If you love for you is something and it's only that to you, then why don't you tell us? Because love is a different definition for every single individual.
What is it to you then?
I think it's when you are always thinking of that person first with every move in your life because they're your partner and you are best friends and you share the same wants and beliefs and things in life, that you guys share the same values and everything of how you operate and willing to be malleable in the relationship for the person, doing things that necessarily you don't want to do, being able to change or evolve with them, for them. Love is essentially not even being as stubborn as you normally would be.
So there's some truth in what you're saying,
Yeah.
and there's some that I'm like, okay, that's a valid point. I think the thing that you left out is that love is an active choice. Every single day you wake up and you choose to be in a relationship with that person and to love that person. However, I think it's also the delicate balance of prioritizing that person, but not neglecting yourself.
Of course.
Because that is self-neglect. And if you start neglecting yourself, like the relationship's doomed. Because at some point you're going to wake up and be super resentful that you did that.
Of course. Hence why I haven't had kids yet.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because I value what I'm doing right now, and I don't want to necessarily be in something and then resent that I'm taking away from what I'm pursuing.
Interesting. I think it brings up some honest questions that I would like. I don't know. I've thought about that, where it's like, how much involvement do guys have? You know, like usually it's the woman that gives up a lot of her freedom, financial stability, her time, her career, etc. You know,
I don't think she should. I would want someone who's just as passionate and driven.
Now you're fucking, this is manipulative. I see what you're doing. If you hadn't done this when you're like, I want someone that's driven.
No, I haven't. I'm just laughing because you gave me a gift and made it manipulative. So I was like, oh, let me play into that. That was fun. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna play into it. But I do believe that. So then I took it. So then I added more to it and went like this because I thought it was funny. But I do believe that. I do believe it. I want a partner who's. I know this is kind of gross to say, but I want a business partner in a way, like an aspect of it.
That's fair.
Like marriage is a business.
Marriage is a business.
It's a business. So I want,
and you have to have somebody that is not a liability.
I don't want someone just sitting around. Like I listen, I would love to be successful enough where if I did have a world where I have a kid, she can be at home and take care of it. But like, I want someone who has a passion and drive and is excited about something, because that excites me, to where they're doing something and I'm doing something. Then we meet and we can have fun and enjoy life. But we also, I don't need you to be like, hey, you're doing a great job. Or it's just like, oh, cool. I like what you do. You're curious about it. I like what you do. I'm curious about it. But we don't need each other to excel in those worlds. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
It does.
Like some people are like, I don't need a business partner in the aspect of like, hey, help me chase my dreams and get to my goals. No. I don't need that. I'm just saying, as in our world and the way we're living, and we have the same ideas.
I think it's very important that people have similar beliefs in money.
Yeah.
And how to make it and how to spend it. Like, you have to be on the same page with that.
Traveling and food. That's my two things.
That's also very key.
Traveling, that's how I think spending money on traveling and food is valuable. Other than that,
I thought you were just talking about that. I go, oh no, I think you also have to have compatibility when you travel.
Sure.
That's a huge test.
Sure.
When you take a trip with somebody,
stressed
you're like,
out,
this
anxiety.
could make or break this.
Oh yeah, because if someone's like an anxious traveler and so are you guys are, that's a bomb.
It's not just necessarily an anxious traveler. It's like the pace of life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how do you travel? Are you that person that has to have an itinerary? Do you like to plan as you go along?
I think that's every woman has it very planned out.
Nope. I hate that.
Really?
I hate that. I like to have an idea what I want to do, but
we're going to be compatible traveling.
That plan has to be malleable. That plan has to be able to be
We
flexed.
booked the flight and we're on our way there and we have a hotel and that's it. Let's see what happens when we get there and see how we feel.
You can't afford it.
Why? I'm going to Europe in 3 weeks. You can meet me and meet the family.
Good. Wait, where's your family?
They're in Orlando, but we're going to Europe in 3 weeks.
Oh, that's so funny. You're like, you could meet the family.
What about for Christmas?
You made it sound like his family was Christmas. International.
You could come hang for New Year's
Eve. Dude, no,
come hang out for New Year's Eve.
That is a trick. When a dude wants you to, when dudes have this thing where they're just looking for a holiday.
Ooh, I'm a holidater.
You are a holidater.
Yeah.
I can tell. You're like, oh my God, there's like lights and stuff, and it feels so romantic. Want to go look at Christmas lights with me? You want to do all the
I do not like.
Christmas
I don't want to do that boring
Want
stuff.
to do all the Christmas things?
No, I want you
me?
to let's have drinks and hang with my sister and brother-in-law and their friends. It's fun.
Yeah, because you're tired of when you go home, your parents are like, Mike, what are you doing with your life? Where's your woman?
They love it. They like it.
Yeah.
Just
a
you would
rotating door that Uncle Mike brings home.
It's entertaining to them.
No, that's not entertaining.
It is for them, but it'd be fun. You have it. You're in Tampa. I'm in Orlando for the holidays. Come hang out.
You know what? The only time I entertain people, Mike, is when I'm getting paid for it on stage.
Okay, Jen, I'll pay you to come hang out with my family.
Did he just? This is getting very Pretty Woman at this point.
It's an emotional prostitution.
No.
Emotional prostitution.
No, but I do think we just wrote a rom-com together.
I think if the cameras were off, you would be more receptive to this.
Mike, you know for a fact I would not be more receptive to this.
What? Mark, he just let him go over there.
What? Noodle's just like, I can't handle the hostility in this room right now.
I don't
He's
think
like,
there's
Mom
hostility.
and Dad are fighting.
I was gonna say this isn't even that hostile.
I don't think it's hostile.
Did you think that this is going way better than you thought it was, Mark? To be honest, admit it.
Yes.
I told you. You didn't know that we had a rapport.
And like I said,
Is the TV on? Cool.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna play the game now or whatever? You're gonna show me?
Well, I was getting it ready.
Perfect.
No,
Go ahead.
No. I'm just getting it ready.
No, like I said, people don't realize that we've known each other for a while.
I think we would be good if we cuddled. Like I could hold you like this, and
Bro,
I feel like you
no.
would fit good.
No.
Because you don't like to cuddle because you're cold.
Because I like to feel something hard against me.
And I'm too old to get hard anymore. I can't get hard anymore.
Oh man, that's already happening. That's your lifestyle choices, dude.
I'm overstimulated.
Is that what it is?
A little bit. I'll take, if I'm drinking, I'm gonna have to take a pill.
You look like the kind of guy that buys gas station dick pills, dude.
Can you buy pills at the gas station?
Yeah, they're called like Megalodon with like a giant shark on the front of them.
I don't know. If I think it gives me cancer, I won't do it. I usually just get them from my old friends. I'm like, yo, what happens when you guys drink a lot? They're like, here you go. Everybody has them now for drinking, and for some of my friends that do
That's
drugs.
the thing.
The ones who do coke all the time need dick pills.
I find that being in a relationship with another sober person is honestly like the best thing for me, because I never have to worry about whether or not the other person is on the same plane as me.
I'm sober.
No, you're not.
I just decided to go sober.
Okay.
I'm a sober. If you want me to be sober, I'll be sober.
Nope. That's the thing. And that's what men don't get, or at least you, is we don't want men to change for us. And any girl that wants a man to change for, like, that's do some work on yourself, sis. But we want a guy that's willing to do the work on himself and come to the table whole. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go to those meetings. What's it? SLS?
I think you should go to SLAA.
I will if you tell me if there's one on the west side.
Fascinated.
I'll go. Do you have information on it?
All over. You can just Google it.
Really?
Yeah.
But I like if you're like kind of emotionally involved in it, and it makes me feel closer to you.
I'm not codependent.
You're a cold person.
No, I'm not. Honestly,
say something nice.
This is
just for pretend. Pretend I'm a guy you like.
This is Jesus. I better win a fucking Oscar for this. No, I think that women who think that they need to fix men, like that's just not. I'm done with that chapter of my life.
You don't have to be like that, but
so much time trying to fix men. And I'm very happy with where
I've never been
life.
Compatible with someone who has that energy. If someone was trying,
you literally just asked if I would be invested in your SLAA.
I'm on a podcast. We're doing bits, but I don't know if you want me to be real sometimes. So
okay,
I'm mostly playing around this whole episode, but sometimes you're being real, and I have to defend myself. But fine, if you want me to be real, that wouldn't work with me. Yeah, I'm a very stubborn, argumentative person. Yes. That would not work. It wouldn't fly.
Yeah. You'd have to go to meetings and like do that shit for yourself, dude.
If I want to, yeah. I'm open to doing that because I do enjoy dating, but is there something wrong with that? Like societally, like maybe you're supposed to settle down, but like what?
It's more just like a failure to launch thing where it's just like, are you going to get stuck in permanent bachelor mode?
Is that wrong?
It's not wrong. Like I just think
Especially
it's
in
not
this
the most it's not the
work?
most fulfilling thing you could do.
But my work fulfills me. So
Yeah.
why do I need to chase, like, you know what I mean? Like, if I don't want kids and I just want to continue to build stuff creatively.
But then I think you get stuck in like a bro mode, dude.
I mean, I don't want to, you know, I mean, I don't know.
The thing is, and like I think that that's something that we have to think about as comics, is like our audience is going to get older just
Sure,
like
of
we
course.
are. And unless you are evolving at the same rate as your audience, the only people you're going to appeal to are other sad dudes that are alone in their 50s.
Sometimes if you can be very observational about like I do have,
But you know
I do
what?
have some bits about married people because I'm around it and I watch it.
But that's again observational, not
Yeah.
lived experience.
Yeah.
You're just observing life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what else observational humor is great for? Avoiding vulnerability.
You know what else it's good for?
What?
Making money.
Yeah. But from the lowest common denominator.
I mean, Nate Bargatze's doing pretty good.
He's not lowest common denominator.
No, and he's pretty high up for observational comedy.
Mm.
You want to get into am I overreacting?
Of course.
Okay. Am I overreacting for telling my girlfriend she was being classist after she made a comment about my mom's job? My girlfriend, 25 female, and I am a 24-year-old male, have been dating for about 8 months. Things have been mostly great. She comes from a very academic background. Her parents are both professors, and she's finishing med school. My mom cleans houses. She's been doing it her whole life, and she works her ass off. She raised me alone, and I owe her everything. I owe everything to her. Last week, my girlfriend and I planning a dinner with both of our families. I suggested we do something low-key at my mom's house. My girlfriend kind of hesitated, then said, I just don't want my parents to feel awkward. I don't want to sound rude, but your mom is a cleaning lady. My dad might find that kind of weird. I went totally quiet. She realized I was upset and said I was being overly sensitive. I told her she was being classist and it was offensive. She rolled her eyes and said, I just don't want my parents to feel out of place. It's not personal. I haven't talked to her in 2 days. Am I overreacting?
No, he's not. He's not overreacting.
This actually boiled me a little bit.
He's not overreacting at all.
At all.
I think you have to recognize when in the game of Monopoly you started with a full hand of money. Do you know what I mean? And that's kind of what this girl did. She comes from an academic background. Both of her parents obviously make good money. She's finishing med school. Like they have money. And I think people who don't do that end up super entitled and just kind of like cut off from the way like the rest, like that's the issue with the world is like there's not enough empathy and like understanding people from other backgrounds. And like this divide of like the have-nots and the haves, you know?
Well, here's my biggest issue with this thing. What you said is correct too, but this comes with their age. She's not acknowledging his feelings. She's dismissing him by saying he's being overly sensitive.
Oh, that's a totally different issue altogether.
Yeah, that's and that's the bigger issue for me here is she's not even hearing him. She's not even
entitlement.
Yeah, she's not even listening to him.
No.
And but besides the fact that the outside world mostly is going to be like, oh wow, you have no humility. Like she's not humble at all. And to think that I bet you her parents would even be like, why would you say this? Knowing that they're old enough, like when you watch a movie.
You would
like
hope that her parents say this.
Most like when you watch a movie and there's like
you don't
a rich
know. If
couple.
they teach at SEC schools, you don't know.
but even those people like when you see the Real Housewives, even they're playing it up like, or a movie where there's people going ill, they're poor, like even rich people. I've been around wealthy. I've dated a wealthy people. They don't act like that. They would feel embarrassed that their daughter even said that, and I don't know if this isn't going to work out because there's a deeper issue because she's not even acknowledging his feelings. And yeah, when I read this, I was like, this is so messed up because of the mom. You could tell how much he appreciates his mom. He's actually like, for a 24-year-old male, very, I think, highly intelligent emotionally to be like, I owe her
understanding
everything.
Work ethic and values. You know what I mean?
More of a thing that we agree on, which is compatibility.
Next slide.
All right, next one. Jen, you'll relate to this. Am I overreacting for leaving my sister's baby shower early because she wouldn't let me bring my autistic son? Okay. My sister, 28 female, is pregnant with her first child. And I, 31 female, have a 7-year-old son who is autistic. He doesn't have behavioral outbursts, but he does wear noise-canceling headphones and stims, rocking or flapping when he's overwhelmed. She sent an invite to the family baby shower and added, adults only, please, no exceptions. I texted her privately and asked if my son could come with me if I brought things to keep him occupied in the quiet corner. She said no, that she wants the shower to be peaceful and stress-free. I respected her request and didn't argue, but I showed up to drop off a gift and noticed several people had their toddlers there, including our cousin's 2-year-old who screamed through most of the games. I asked why it was okay for them and not my son, and my sister said it's just different. You know, he needs more attention. I quietly left. Now she's mad that I ruined the mood, and our mom says I'm making everything about me. Am I overreacting for feeling hurt and excluded?
No. Mostly because there were other kids there. Do you know what I mean? Like when she showed up and there were other kids there, it's clear that the sister wasn't, or this, the sister was not upfront about why.
Yes.
And that, hey, there's going to be other kids there, but it's really ableist. Like it really is.
Yeah.
And I think parents of kids who have disabilities or need more support than others, already have a more difficult path in parenthood.
Yeah.
And so putting an extra barrier there is like shaming them for doing the best that they can. You know what I mean? But yeah, this just sounds like, it just reminds me that there's just so much entitlement and like,
well, there's always a few family stuff is like when I first read it.
You want a peaceful baby shower? Don't have one. Baby showers are the worst thing to get invited to.
But just don't have kids. If there was no kids there, I think it's fine,
this
right?
This lady's in for a rude awakening when the first 2 years of their kid's life, it barely sleeps and like does nothing but scream. If you get a difficult baby, buckle up. You will never have another child.
Well, she better beware because it runs in the family.
That too. But also if she just kept with no kids, then it's fine. Then it's fine. But yes, to do that is yeah, you're right. She should have communicated, hey, it's not no kids. You made up adults only, no exceptions for the fact that you were covering up for that reason. Totally.
Yeah.
That's what it was about, which is kind of hurtful. Listen, everything that we always do on these am I overreaction comes down to communication. It's the key to successful relationships in anything.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think this the lady that has the baby showers in for a rude awakening. Like, I wonder what motherhood's gonna, for kids inconvenient.
God's gonna, maybe it comes out with like, one leg or something. Gonna have to hop around.
Don't say stuff like that.
Oh, sorry. I didn't. I'm just saying. But I'm saying that would be like that's a lot.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you just don't put that energy out in the world.
No, it would be harder to learn how to walk. Yeah. What? You got some takes from this?
Hops in circles.
Did you like her on the podcast with me?
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun? Is that what you said? Or
It's
fine?
This is like the earliest episode we've ever recorded, so I'm a little delirious.
Yeah, I like it.
Coffee hasn't kicked in.
Honestly, I think that's why I'm hanging in. Is if he was like full throttle Lenoci, I don't know that I could handle it.
Yeah, the 7 p.m. episodes.
I can't.
Really? What do you mean you can't?
Because it's just a lot. You know it's a lot, right?
Are you being funny?
No.
So you're sincere when you say this?
It's a lot.
You wouldn't want to do this?
What? Date you or be a pod? Will you stop making that face? It's fucking gross, dude.
I'm just looking at you.
No, you're like, here comes the smolder. It's not as hot as you think it is. It's actually quite the opposite.
I don't think I'm hot.
Like, if you looked at me like that in a public space, I'd report you to the front desk at the gym. I'd be like, there is a creep. Just kidding. You wouldn't be at the gym.
You're funny today. This is good. I'm helping. I make you funnier. I think I bring funny out of you.
We've already established this. That's why you were always picked as my
so
sitcom
then
husband.
maybe we should hang out more.
Because you take it.
Maybe we should hang out more.
No.
You want to get lunch?
No. I got to go to another podcast.
Oof, that's exhausting. 2 hours of talking?
No, this one was exhausting. The next one's going to be a cakewalk.
I like what you're doing, and I think it's because it's like it's defense. It's a wall because you're protecting yourself from getting closer to me. Would you come back on with me?
Yeah, why not?
The way you said, yeah, why not?
Why not? Honestly, it's just because I like sitting here, and I hope that
we're gonna have some good clips.
I honestly hope that anything I say to you just might get through, because I love
me
giving people an existential crisis when I feel like they need to be woken up.
Yeah. You're like, you're now like a therapist.
That is what my degree's in. You know that, right?
No, mine was a minor in psychology.
No, I wasn't. I was my actual major.
Mine was sociology.
I was a criminology, psychology double major, so I'm very used to dealing with people like you.
I should have been a cop.
No, not at all.
Well, you know how I end every episode, right?
No.
I end with a kiss.
I'm good.